Hi everyone, welcome to Evolve and Execute. I'm your host, CS Rajiv Bajaj, startup coach, mentor, and your companion in building execution driven leadership. Today's conversation hits the core of every growing business hiring, which we all know is the story. You hire someone with a great resume, strong credentials, and the right talk, yet within weeks you are wondering what went wrong. And to do hiring process, and sometimes we keep failing even when the profiles look perfect on paper. To decode this, I'm joined by someone who has built his expertise on turning hiring from chaos into clarity. Varunpreet S. He's a founder of Career Crew, a leading workforce in workforce mobilization, large-scale training, and end-to-end recruitment systems. Varunpreet, welcome to Evolve and Execute, and great to have you with us today.
Thank you, Rajiv. It's great to be here. My name is Varun, and I'm a founder of Career Group. We are a BFSI focused manpower consulting firm, primarily working across debt collections domain. I've
Great.
personally spent over 7 years in debt collections, starting as an executive and growing up to the senior manager role. And my journey helped me in understanding the requirements, basically not just from the HR lens, but from the ground reality. So at Career Group, it was built to ensure that right candidate reaches the right role, not just a vacancy.
Thank you, Varun, for that lovely introduction. So, Varun, let's begin at the root. Why companies keep saying they can't find the right people, even when talent seems to be available? Why is hiring failing despite good resumes? Many good people are looking for the job, and many companies are saying that they don't find the right candidates. So, where is the gap?
I believe the gap is in like high resumes only shows the experience on papers, not just the job readiness. If I have to explain this, like in debt collections, basically, which is our core expertise, performance depends totally on pressure handling and ethical recoveries and negotiations. And on a resume, it cannot show whether a person survived there and how their actual performances were. It can only shows the tenure. It can only shows the years. But despite having a good resume, companies fails to like backfill the manpower.
Right, right. You often see that resumes only tell the story of experience, not capability. Could you explain that distinction? Because sometimes people are really struggling to find the right candidate.
Exactly. Like experience tell you where somebody has worked, basically, not their capabilities. Like how was the how their professional tenure went, like what was the attrition level when they were at their on the positions, and what were their performances, how they handled the pressure, how consistent they were in those years. So all those things are basically missing in the resumes. That is why capabilities should be the main priority.
Very nice. Varun, from your experience, what are the biggest blind spots recruiters or founders have during hiring?
The biggest blind spot which we find is like urgency in their hiring. When we hire a wrong talent, basically, or the wrong hiring just because of the pressure or the positions were vacant, basically. The roles which were filled very quickly, all right, often leads to the like blind hiring or the wrong hiring because somewhere we skipped the like role plays. We did really check their requirements or skill set or ability if they were really matching the position or not.
Right, right. So, how do you think the behavioral skills and attitude influence hiring success more than the hard skills?
Like hard skills are something that can be trained, all right, and attitude really shows how their survival will be because in our domain, having a right attitude will take you to the next steps.
Yeah, yeah. So can you little bit more elaborate on this?
Yes,
Because
yes,
this is a very
because
important aspect.
correct, correct. Having a right attitude will tell you that how their future performances will be, like how they are going to behave in the tough situations, basically, right? And resilience should be there, and work ethics should be there. So if a person or if a candidate has a right attitude, this will tell how they are going to evolve in further their domain when the things will get tougher.
Okay, okay. I have often seen that the organizations sometime go wrong in post-hiring integration and onboarding. They hire a very good person, they bring him to the organization, but they actually are not able to onboard that person, very smartly and effectively. So, what do you think about this?
So I believe organizations treats onboarding as just a documentation part, basically. Correct. And onboarding is not about like having a person on board fulfilling their documentations, but in our domain, onboarding is something which makes the candidate well prepared. Like if a candidate is not well prepared or right product knowledge or right the company guidance were not given to the candidate, all right. So there will be gap between them and the employer, and
Right.
having such gaps here will directly lead to the attrition.
And sometimes, they simply put the new joinee, throw the person in the crowd, and not give them that initial hand holding or onboarding process is not followed. So they are not introduced to the key people in the organization. They are not made to feel welcome. So what is your experience about this?
Like we have also been in such situations, like when we were not given the proper hand holding or the training. It felt like we are undervalued, correct, and that brings the dissatisfaction, and
Yeah.
which will only lead to the attrition only. Because if an employee like you can just throw them in the like bunch of people, how will he know? So that
Right.
how the proper hand holding, proper product knowledge, proper organization rules and regulations should be taught there. It should not be only
Yes. Yes, they need to be given that initial fillip and the
correct.
initial support which they require, because they come into the new organization. The cultural differences are there in all organizations. So how they actually start gelling with each other, you have to make sure that that journey is smooth to
Correct.
have that employee retention. So, Varun, you have worked very closely with both employers and candidates. What are candidates missing when they enter the workforce?
Nowadays, like candidates have started chasing the salary and the titles more, and not about the skill set or not about the depth of the like the job requirement. Basically, they usually underestimate the importance of discipline, compliance, and consistency, which eventually will help them to grow. So people have
Right,
started taking the titles more important than the actual like skill developing, like building a skill.
right. So they don't have that kind of skill set, but they still aspire to reach the bigger titles, and they are more focused on the salary part of it rather than
Correct.
how they are contributing to the organization and what kind of value they are bringing in. So I fully agree with you. So how do you bridge this gap through training or mobilization at Career Crew, or what are your strategies on this point?
Like, at Career Crew, we basically hire from keeping the alignment in our mind because we have worked in the same roles as well. So we understand what the HR wants, we understand what the job requirement is because we have also worked on the ground level. So we here understand the importance of it. We focus on job ready hirings, not just volumes.
Mm-hmm. So, In a rush to scale, startup often hire fast these days because they want to bring more people in so that they grow fast. So, what's your advice to founders who think speed is everything?
The only advice we can give them is like speed without clarity creates long-term damages. We should always hire slow for the leaderships, but we should hire the right talent. We should not rush in
Absolutely.
hiring the. We should not rush in hirings. Like the only blind hirings, basically, or rush hiring will only lead to the long-term damage.
Absolutely, because many times I have seen personally also the startup founders, they are not clear, first of all, how to do the perfect hiring. And once they have the money or funds coming in from investors, they hire anybody and everybody. And later on, they realize that maybe they are sitting on a lot of dead wood, or a lot of people who are not contributing to the organization. So I think that is where the founders need to actually think. So, what's your take on this particular aspect?
Finder should know basically what their core expertise are basically. So
Mhm,
in my case at Career Crew, I started focusing on the debt collections domain first because
mhm,
if I am from debt collection domain, so I know what the requirements are.
mhm.
So the only advice which I can now give is like you should know what your actual domain is, what your key focus areas are. Do not rush in hiring for all the domains, for all the positions. Start slow and
Absolutely.
steady.
Absolutely. Start slow, but maintain that consistency and,
Yes, yes,
that kind of, effort in one direction so that you hire the right people, right set of skills which you need.
absolutely, absolutely right.
Uh, So, with AI and automation entering HR, what part of hiring process can never be automated? What's your take on this?
So basically, AI is a tool which helped us like in screening the resumes, but we need to understand judgments cannot be automated. Like it
Mhm,
will still require human insights. So we should not underestimate the ethics, intent, and stress behavior and the
mhm.
judgment, which can only be done by a human. So AI helped us in screening the resumes, but human insights cannot be replaced.
Right, I fully agree with you, Varun. And uh, if we have to define one matrix in hiring success, what it would be, retention, performance, or alignment?
It will always be correct alignment because when the role and capabilities align, everything else will follow.
Right. I fully agree with you. So, retention and performance, how do you, rate between these two? Which is more important?
Performance can be improved over the time. But
Right.
if I'm not aligning the right candidate and the candidate is like not up to the mark, you can give them any training and any time period, they will not work.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
aligning the right talent should be the first key.
Right. Varun, we have a rapid fire round also where we ask you some quick questions, and maybe you can give some quick one word answer or whatever way you feel comfortable. Degree or skill, what is more
Skills,
important?
skill.
Skill, perfect. Speed or stability?
It will always be stability.
Okay. Best interview question ever.
How did you handle your toughest customer?
Okay. One hiring myth you would love to bust.
On paper experiences cannot guarantee performance.
Okay. What's the hardest role for, to hire for, which you have found in your experience and career?
The hardest is finding ethical debt collector.
Ethical debt collector. Okay. Can you elaborate a little more on this?
Yes, because hiring senior or mid-senior level roles are something which the people are already experienced. These
Hmm.
people are already experienced. But hiring someone which is as associate level is always a tough,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
that's where the more investment, more training, more time is required.
Right. Okay. So, training, is it cost or investment?
It's an investment anytime.
All right. Workforce first or business first?
Workforce first.
Okay. So, can you a little bit more elaborate on this aspect?
Because if our workforce is correct, like everything is aligned on the ground, uh,
Yeah.
then business will eventually grow.
Right. So put your money on your workforce, give them all the positive inputs and increase and enhance their capability.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
right answer. Because if they are doing well and if their goals are aligned with the organizational goals, definitely it is they will
Business will
grow
grow.
as well as the business will grow. So that's a very natural progress which we can make. So, AI in hiring, threat or a tool?
A tool.
All right. A lot of AI myths are getting busted these days, and people are saying, some people are saying AI bubble is going to burst or something. So, what is your take on this point?
See, AI is a tool which will help the people, correct?
Yeah.
Which will help or assist us. It can
Right.
never be replaced because human intelligence cannot be replaced.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, our mind works much faster than the AI. AI
Correct.
is just helping us to work more efficiently and more, better informed way rather than taking us over. So I
Correct.
think that
Correct.
should be a very clear message from today's conversation. So your favorite quality in a candidate?
A resilience and their attitude.
Attitude is very, very important. And I think because at the end of the day, if their attitude is not good, that cannot be corrected. I have interviewed many HR guys. They always say that skills can be improved and other things can be worked on. But if the attitude is bad, that will take a lot of time to, change that. So when you interview people, I think a lot of focus has to be on the attitude. So hiring in one word,
Finding the right talent.
okay. Very good. I think you really played the rapid fire round very, very efficiently. So we are coming to the close of our conversation. And what is the message you want to give our viewers who are mainly MSME entrepreneurs and startup founders?
See, I believe every candidate deserves the right opportunity, and every organizations deserve the right candidate. Hiring is not always about filling the vacancy. It's also about the business growth.
Right, right. So any experience, live experience you want to share, which you had with your uh, candidates or your organizations you have been working for?
Like the experience which I have been on the both sides of the ground,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
understand how it really feels when you are at the interview or giving an interview or you are taking an interview. So we
right,
understand through the experience what the actual demands are. If we
right,
if we don't understand at the ground, we can never be able to perform.
right. Absolutely, absolutely. So any good or bad example or story you want to share with our viewers on this?
And there was one organization who were like always in a need of a manpower. We are hiring this positions urgently. We have want these positions very urgently, but they were not actually looking at what's on the ground, why people are living at the first place.
Mhm.
When they started looking at those points where the gaps were, their company started growing better.
Right. So
They were
identify the gaps. identify the pitfalls you have in your
Correct,
system
correct.
of hiring. So that's very, very important, right? Any other story you wish to share?
Oh, I would like to listen from you as
See, I have been also, head of HR with Panasonic television plant. So I also had a first-hand, you know, uh, hands-on knowledge about how there are gaps between what we plan to recruit and what actually we end up recruiting. So my only message to all those who are into the hiring segment is that have your priorities right. You need to be very clear what candidate you are looking at, what are the uh, you know uh, qualities you are looking in them, and look at the attitude, as Varun also mentioned. uh, Rest, you can always train them to be part of your culture. You can always train them to enhance their skills, but they should fit into your culture. And you know the best what is the culture of your organization, and because as a HR head, you are building that culture. So I think the most important aspect is to hire the right candidate for your culture. So that's what I feel. Otherwise, you have to work very hard on changing them, and that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
well. The replacement cost is always higher.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you end up people leaving the organization, then you are again spending money and time on recruitment. So rather recruit the right people, right set of people. I think that's the experience I want to share with you. Okay, Varun, what we are taking away today is that hiring is not about finding people, it's about understanding people. A resume shows potential, but only observations, process, and preparation turn that potential into performance. So, any last word you want to share with our viewers today?
Like, do not rush. Like, I just want to say, do not rush and take your time, focus your area, all right, and find the right talent. Because we do not want to waste the candidate's time as well as companies well this also.
Right, right, absolutely. I fully agree with you. So, thank you very much, Varunpreet Singh, for simplifying what most leaders complicate. That workforce success starts with human insight, not human resources. So, let's all focus on our human resource side. And thank you for taking out time for Evolve and Execute. And I'm sure
Thank you so
our
much. Thank
viewers
you for
will.
inviting me.
Yeah, I'm sure our viewers will find this episode very engaging, and they will learn from our today's discussion. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.